Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of the Kool Kids Klan Fury. We are live here tonight from the greatest place in the world, the Bass Pro Shops Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm just joking. We are not in the Bass Pro Shops Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee, even though we are in Memphis, Tennessee. We're actually in the FedEx Forum here tonight. Sad that we're not in the grand spectacle that is the Bass Pro Shops Pyramid. But enough about the Bass Pro Shops Pyramid, because we got a stacked show here tonight. We're gonna kick off here with the celebration of the newly crowned Women's World Champion Lois Griffin. She won the championship last week in the championship edition of Fury when she defeated Reign in unprecedented fashion and finally captured her first women's title. And let's see how she's gonna celebrate with the people of Tennessee here tonight. And you see her strutting down to the ring. She's just so happy over the event that happened last week. She won the women's world title. We know that she's already captured the Knockouts title. Ended up being one of the longest, if not the longest running Knockouts champion in the history of Fury. And then she hopes to do the same thing with her newly won women's championship. Let's see what she's got to say. Don't look so surprised. Were you all expecting that pathetic excuse of a former champ to come out here for some reason? Because you're going to have to learn to deal with the new status quo. Me. I'm your new champion. Peter, I won the women's title. Like, yeah, thank you, Lois. Quite frankly, ain't nobody caring. But there is one woman that cares, though, and that is the former women's world champion, Reign. Seems like she's got a thing or two to say to the champ here tonight. Lois Griffin, she expected to just pop the confetti, bring out the fireworks, everything possible to celebrate her coronation. But the former champion, she is not gonna let her pop champagne bottles just yet. Got a word with her here tonight. We're gonna see what she's got to say. We're honestly intrigued to see it at this point. Maybe a congratulations or some sort. Considering, you know, she gave a hell of a fight that night last week, but really she lost the women's title fair and square. Okay, I think this has gone on just long enough. You know and I know why I'm out here. So let's get down to it, shall we? That is so true. Speaking straight facts out here. Well, it's not every day that you get interrupted by the champion. I guess that means I'm important enough around here for you to worry. That's smart. You should be worried because you're carrying around something I want more than anything. What, the title? Because you're the one that has it. You were the one just saying earlier that you're the new champion. Kind of spitballing here. I'm only out here to give you a fair warning. Keep my name out of your mouth because I'm like Bloody Mary. What was she gonna say? What was it about Bloody Mary? Stop it, you hear me? You stop it right now. I will not stand here and put up with this anymore. You're nothing more than a cheap, painted up bully. So watch what you say to me or I'm gonna tell management. And tell management what, Lois? What are you gonna complain to management over? What are you, Lois? Or what are you, Karen? You gonna team up with Karen now? 02's already doing that. You like to throw insults around, but that's all you can do. Talk. I'm looking around for the little string to pull to start you babbling again. No more talking. Let's do this. Seems like the former champ wants a rematch to get another opportunity at the women's championship. And maybe Lois Griffin doesn't look like she's a big fan of that. Oh, how cute. You think you're one of the big girls, a real superstar acting all tough. Face it, you don't know how to wrestle. You can barely run the ropes. You're a joke. Nobody takes you seriously. When your matches come on, that's when people know when to take a bathroom break. Damn, just absolutely laying it on her. Basically saying, you are not a draw in this company. I'm going to keep coming at you every time you come out to make a statement. Every time you lace up your boots. I'm going to be there until I get a match with you. It seems like Lois Griffin, she's going to have a lot of hell to pay for unless she accepts the challenge. Of course, Reign does have the rematch clause for losing the women's title. But Lois Griffin seems like she doesn't want to give it to her. Best case scenario, you're going to get a match with me if you're lucky enough, and you'll lose again. I just don't understand why you're so excited, so eager to be embarrassed in front of your precious Revolt universe. Disastrous. Lois Griffin sparing her the trouble of possibly being humiliated twice. I plan on leading this women's revolution and taking it to a new level. If that means I have to go through you to accomplish that goal, then that's exactly what I'll be doing. By women's revolution, she basically just means people from the server. That's the only revolution we're talking about here. Lois is the only one holding us back around here. Reign letting her know right to her face that I'm the one that's carrying this division. I'm the one that's putting those butts in those seats. And that I'm going to take that women's world title back to where it rightfully belongs. But Lois Griffin seems like she is not intimidated by the woman she defeated last week. And coming up next, we got tag team action as both of these women's tag teams look to rise to the top of the tag team division. It is Ignition and Martha Speaks taking on the team of Toph and Katara and Team Avatar. Both of these teams are very fun to watch in the ring, but it seems like Martha Speaks and Ignition have started to grow a bit more closer when it comes to their chemistry as a tag team. We know Team Avatar definitely have a strong relationship between each other. Martha Speaks and Ignition, can they say the same thing? Can they work together to defeat one of the more recognized teams in Fury? It's Team Ignition and Martha Speaks and Team Avatar up next. We'll kick off the first match of the night. And now here it is. Here we go. It's time to light and ignite with Ignition. And Martha Speaks as well. She's looking to bring the dog in her. Or as they like to now call themselves, the Ignited Dogs. Ignition, Martha Speaks looking ready to go here. As you see there, both of them now entering together. Seems like they've gotten along now. You know that they've been, going to the gym. They've been putting in that extra work. They've been doing that extra tape study. They know how tough of competitors Team Avatar are, especially after that whole rivalry they had with Kill la Kill at the time when it was that goddamn Best of 3 series. But now, seems like got another challenge here with Martha Speaks and Ignition. Both women looking to rise to the top of the rankings, challenge the Literature Club in the near future, and probably become the next women's tag team champions. But they're still a long road away from doing so. And the first step to getting there is defeating this team. Toph, Katara, Team Avatar, Havarad. Toph and Katara, absolutely calculated, dominant competitors. They know and they love to fight, especially that because Toph is a hell of a brawler, Katara is a hell of a strategist, and when you put those two together, it's like matchmaking in heaven because Toph and Katara, they know what it means to get the job done. They know what it means to be a tag team. And Ignition and Martha Speaks, if they want to test that here tonight, it's not going to be an easy feat. When you got a perfectly, almost picture-perfect team in Toph and Katara. It seems like they're going to give each other a bit of a warm-up right now. These two make an awesome tag team. Yeah, okay, Corey Graves and Michael Kohler are not on this commentary table, okay? The bell rings, the match goes underway, and it's Toph and Ignition immediately to start this off with the collar and elbow tie-up. And immediately you see there, Ignition trying to escape it. She pushes Toph into the ropes, the Irish whip, but Toph manages to escape. If she ends up losing this match to the blind girl, I swear to God. And Toph kicks her in the gut there. And now Toph is going to get Ignition back up to her feet. And Ignition's in trouble here. You see her trying to slip away, but she manages to plant her on the mat. Maybe it's a bit too early to go for the tag to Katara, especially since the bell just rang. But Ignition's laying in that groundwork right now. No pun intended whatsoever. But Toph, on the other hand, seems like she's getting the daylights out of her. I was gonna make an Earth reference. Right now, Ignition going for the leg drop there on Toph. Things not looking so well for them right now because Toph has been taking a beating since the beginning of this matchup. It seems like I may have misspoken because Toph's still fighting. Maybe it's a bit of a strategy, you know, kind of test her opponent out, you know, kind of get a feel for what type of competitor they are, and then Toph goes in and adjusts her moveset, adjusts her strategy based on what their opponent likes to do when it comes to offense in that ring. And that's exactly why Toph's one of the best. And now Ignition, though, she seems completely unfazed, not intimidated by Toph whatsoever as she plants her in the forearm there on the face. And Martha Speaks is here kind of just watching her tag team partner lay in the work. This Toph's going to drag Ignition to the middle of the ring, but she manages to get back up. Now Ignition throws a forearm. Ignition going to set up for a German suplex, and she does. Toph is in trouble. As soon as her feet land off of that mat, there is no saving her at that point. That may be the only weakness when it comes to her moveset. That's the only way she can feel things around here. And Ignition now, the Irish Whipper in the other corner. Seems like she's going to tag in Martha Speak, but instead she goes in for the forearm once again. And Ignition doesn't seem like she wants to make the tag to her partner. If she can land the finisher already, she can land the crossface, this thing might be over. And immediately, you see Ignition landing it. And there it is, the crossface. Toph is in trouble. She gonna tap out here early on in the matchup. You see Toph struggling. You see her trying to escape. Can she do it though? Can she make it out in time? And she does. You see her using the knees to hit her in the back of the head. And then when she saw that she had, you know, gotten damaged there, she saw the opening and she escaped it in time. Right now, things not looking so well for the opponent. In Toph, she gets thrown into the ropes here and just gets knee to the back. And makes the tag to Martha Speaks. And you see Toph is crawling and trying to get into her corner so she could make the tag to Katara, but she couldn't do it in time. And now it's just Toph taking a beating here to the Ignited Dogs, because they got that dog in them, and they are ignited. And you see Toph, she's making it to the corner. Can she make the tag? And she does. Katara's in the matchup now. Katara, Martha Speaks. It's going to be a hell of a fight, let me tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Katara, though, Lancer, Irish whips her in the rope. Watch out for Martha Speaks. She manages to arm drag her out of there. Martha gonna go for the running bulldog. Haha, funny reference. Martha Speaks now gets Katara back up to her feet. Honestly, went for the headbutt instead. With a bite of 87. Learned that from Leo and Cat. And Martha Speaks looks like she was trying to set up for the finisher, but Katara countered into the knee to the face, and she got her with the drop kick. Martha Speaks is down. So much for you getting the momentum as soon as she got tagged in. Katara, on the other hand, she's got the offense, but Martha Speaks once again back and forth between these two women. And she sets up here. Oh my God, dropped her on her head and immediately picking her up. Smart strategy. You don't want to waste any time when you get that amount of offense in the matchup. She makes the double tag to Ignition, and now the double team here by the Ignited Dogs. And she made the tag to Toph immediately after getting planted there. That's exactly why Team Avatar are so good in the ring. They are just so aware of where their partner is. They're aware of their surroundings, and that's really what you need in these sort of matchups, especially in tag teams. Because really, you're depending on your tag team partner. You're trusting them to be there in the corner, ready to go for the tag. Trusting them that you could work together with the double team. And you see Toph getting her into the corner here. Things are not looking good so far. for the Ignited Dog. And Toph's going up into the top rope. We hardly see Toph fly to the top, but she gets the drop kick on a downed Ignition. Seems like her Ignition's not starting. Haha. Haha, get it? Funny. And now Ignition gonna go. She hated the joke so much she went for the forearm. You see Ignition going for a suplex of some sort, but instead drops her there. Doesn't seem like she went for the cover just yet. She wants to inflict more damage in the going of this round so that she can land the crossface and make it easier for Toph to tap out. But Toph's not going to go down so easily. Dropped her from her 2 legs there. You saw her. She grabbed them, just dropped her. And now she's going in, kind of a test of strength, I guess. Toph seeing just how much does Ignition still have in this matchup. Testing if... Oh, doesn't look like her testing seemed to have worked out so well because Ignition's setting up for the crossface for the second time in the matchup. Maybe this one might be the end result, and there it is. Toph has the tap out to the crossface from Ignition as the Ignited Dogs pick up the victory here tonight. Absolutely amazing, incredible, monumentous, stupendous, extravagant. What a matchup here. You saw there, Toph, I mean, I have a feeling she wasn't prepared for what they had stepped into here. Taking on Ignition and Martha Speaks. Ignition, of course, gave a hell of a fight. Martha Speaks worked her part by going in and wearing down the opposition, and then Ignition goes in to finish her off. Big victory for them here tonight. Looking to climb to the rankings and maybe get an opportunity at the women's tag team titles. And now they are one step closer to doing so. Congratulations to the Ignited Dogs. And coming up next, we are getting a WrestleMania rematch between the 2 competitors that competed in the main event of the first night. It is Hatsune Miku taking on Karen Chungus here in this contest, as 02 will be barred from ringside during the duration of this matchup, so it is going to be a fair one-on-one. We saw that 02 took the cheap way out by winning from a count-out. Hatsune Miku wanted to get her hands on Ignition for tonight, but instead Karen Chungus opted in to do the work for her, just like she always does, because 02 is so afraid of fighting her own battles. Either way, Hatsune Miku and Karen gonna run it back again. Let's go! Here comes Hatsune Miku. Looking ready to go. She doesn't really look... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, she's looking ready to go despite the fact you can't see her. Hatsune Miku, completely unfazed, ready for this matchup. And Hatsune Miku, honestly, why would she be intimidated by Karen? She defeated her months ago for the women's title, even though this isn't a women's championship matchup. So the stakes still apply to where he's had a win on her. He has the upper hand on her. Well, honestly, Karen Chungus has everything to gain here, more to and nothing to lose, in my honest opinion. Hatsune Miku, the pressure is more on her. She's got more accomplishments under her belt compared to Karen Chungus. Hatsune Miku tonight, looking ready to go. It's almost like a sort, like I've mentioned previously, Hatsune Miku, she's kind of just hit a not really rock bottom, but she's kind of hit a rebuttal on where she stands in the women's division. Because for so long, her identity was that she was the women's champion. But that now that she's not the women's champion, now that you have 02, who's now her biggest target, and is trying to make a name out of her so that she can build up her legacy. Honestly, if you're in a Hatsune Miku situation, you gotta defend that. You gotta defend your name. You gotta make sure that people don't take you very lightly, despite the fact you're not the champion. And now here comes Karen Chungus with the Little Yachty song. God damn, I hate this music.
And her opponent from Cheyenne, Wyoming, Karen.
And of course, Karen, no, not with 0-2 tonight. She's going at it alone. It's she seeing that she basically wants to show Hatsune Miku, I don't need 0-2 to come out, 0-2 to come on out here and try to, you know, intervene in this. I'm gonna do this on my own hands. We fought in the past, and I can definitely beat you this time around. This Karen Chungus, she feels like she's a lot more confident now. And the bell rings, the match is underway, and it's Hatsune Miku and Karen once again, and immediately plants her face on the mat. Not looking so well for the champion. Not for the champion, I mean for the former champion is what I'm trying to say. Seems like Hatsune Miku, yeah, she's just running the ropes here. Hatsune Miku is running the ropes. She's doing the tryout drills right now. That's just how much she is not intimidated by Karen Chungus. That's just how much completely does not care. But she knows that she has to do this in order to get to 0-2. In order to end up facing her in the near future. Because if Karen Chungus is out here intervening, obviously it's because 0-2 is trying to throw in as much people as possible to make sure that Hatsune Miku stays away from her. And now Hatsune Miku went for the kick there, but instead Karen Chungus on the attack. Irish whip to the corner here, watch out. Goes for the knee to the chest. I mean, Karen Chungus isn't a competitor to be taken lightly either. The fact that she won the Women's Royal Rumble back in January was actually a result not many people expected. It was a shocking outcome. Ended up going to WrestleMania to challenge for the championship, of course. She was unsuccessful at winning the title that night, but it doesn't excuse the fact that Karen Chungus is a good competitor. Karen Chungus actually can try when she feels like it, when she's motivated, when she feels like the stakes are high. And right here, maybe it feels like the stakes are high for her because she knows that if Hatsune Miku defeats her here, she's going to only get closer to facing off against 0-2. And maybe that's not what she wants. Maybe she's just, well, not maybe, but trying to protect her protege, so to speak. Trying to protect her most valuable asset to the name of Karen Chungus's management, and that is 0-2. Because 0-2, she knows that she's a bright, young, up-and-coming talent. I know that word gets overused a lot. But, I mean, honestly, if you're Karen Chungus, if you're managing possibly a future women's world champion, I mean, it's going to set you as one of the best managers. No doubt about it. And you see Karen Chungus planting Hatsune Miku, though. Karen Chungus trying not to let 0-2 compete too much, though. Because she knows, trying to keep her fresh, trying to keep her, you know, not trying to buff her out too much. Get those title opportunities in the future. Karen Chungus with the attack, but Hatsune Miku escapes. So Hatsune Miku unfazed by the opponent. With Karen Chungus Irish whips her on the ropes here. Leapfrog, nope. Backbreaker there. Hatsune Miku's down, doesn't look like things are going well. This could be the end result. Karen Chungus setting up for the finish, or can she get the scissor kick to win the matchup? And she does. Hatsune Miku's down. Could this be it? Could we see Hatsune Miku lose tonight to Karen? And it's a kick out. Not so easily is she gonna stay down. I mean, honestly, if Hatsune Miku went almost 20-30 minutes with Sickle, you expect Karen Chungus's match to be a lot less, considering, you know, the huge difference in skill between both competitors. And to see Hatsune Miku, now she's fired up. Now she's feeling the crowd here tonight. The people of Memphis, Tennessee. She's going to go perform at the Bass Pro Shops Pyramid after this. You see her getting up, and there it is, the comeback sequence. Watch out, Karen, because you got an angry Hatsune Miku. And she is not the same when she is angry. My goodness, planted her on her head there. This could be the matchup now, cover. And Karen Chungus goes down for the count. Hatsune Miku picks up a victory, to nobody's surprise. because Karen Chungus is one of the worst wrestlers in the history of wrestlers, and Fury, and Revolt, where every single place she stepped foot in. She's just the absolute worst. She gave a fight though, give her credit for that. She tried to do her best to keep Hatsune Miku weird down as best as possible, but it was not enough. She just couldn't defeat Hatsune Miku in this contest. I saw her go for the cover there, thought that would have been it. She kicked out at 1, and then I thought this would have been the end of the match if she went for the scissor kick, and that finished off a lot. That's finished off a lot of women in the past, but not Hatsune Miku. She's not like any other ordinary woman, of course. She is an AI, and you saw dropped her in on her head, and that was the end result of the matchup, and that was the end of the night for Karen Chungus. She celebrates in front of the crowd here of Memphis, Tennessee, and 0-2, despite the fact that she was not here tonight for her partner, and immediately gets planted with a clothesline. Why am I not surprised that 0-2 is out here? She gave Hatsune Miku a false sense of security by making her think that she's not going to intervene in this just because they mentioned that she was banned from ringside. But it seems like she found a loophole to it because she was banned from ringside from the match. There was no rule against it for after the match, and that's exactly why 0-2 is out here right now. That's exactly why she's just gonna humiliate Hatsune Miku even more than she did from last week. My God, you see 0-2 just putting her foot right into her mouth. Disgusting. Except for people that have, feet fetishes. That's a whole different thing. See her just dropping her, telling her to cry about it. 0-2's done. They're like that. Oh, and apparently Hatsune Miku's still fighting. She is not going to take an L. Oh, apparently she is. Okay. What happened? What the fuck happened? Apparently 0-2 just beat her up so bad that Hatsune Miku didn't want to fight anymore. Interesting take. But immediately after the events that concluded, seems like Hatsune Miku's not done. Seems like she's got a word to say after what just transpired here. Let's see what she's got to speak about. Well, of course we know what she's going to talk about. She's going to talk about what the hell just happened with 0-2, the brawl that transpired a couple of seconds ago. It can be very difficult to face adversity. I'll often think about difficult times in my head and play them over and over and over, plan things out in my head to prepare myself as much for reality. Now it's time to face that reality. 0-2, get your butt out here right now because you were so tough beating me up from behind, but you don't even want to do it in front of my face. Gonna tell them. Gonna spit straight facts. I'm looking for a fight. I'm always looking for a fight, but tonight I'm looking for a specific fight with a specific superstar. This superstar has been getting in my way for far too long. She thinks that she can make a name out of my expense, and now it's time for me to bring the fight to her. Good gravy. I sure wonder who she's talking about. I think it might be Alex from my Steve Minecraft. Get out here, 0-2. Get out here right now so we can settle this. I want to have some very nice and thoughtful words with you in this ring in front of these people. Come on, woman up and just beat me up in front of my face and not do it from behind. Like a little bitch. Oh my God. 0-2, she's arriving here. Now, we're going to get a proper confrontation between these two. They just, 0-2 and Hatsune Miku, they just got beaten, though. I swear to God. These two just do not know when to let go of each other. They should just kiss already. A lot of tension between the two. And you see, she's so proud of her. So proud of herself over the attack that she committed to Hatsune Miku after she beat Karen. Because she was too scared to do it in front of her face. And now there is no hiding right now. Standing up to her. Standing up to the former champ. Look, I know I'm the last woman you want to see here right now, and I frankly don't care. I got something to say to that poor excuse of a superstar in the ring And it's something I've been meaning to tell you for a very long time. What, that she got fired? That you both got fired? Get out of here. Oh, great. Are you going to tell everyone how you're the best superstar ever? That's like the entire foundation of the entire foundation of Fury's going to change. You want to fight? You're worse than a broken record and you sound about as good as one. You want to come out here and preach that you're better than everybody? Don't even want to fight me? Wait, I'm sorry. I think you have me confused with someone else, because if you knew who I was, you would not talk to me that way. Motherfucker, do you know who Hatsune Miku is? Like, what you mean? More people recognize her. She's a longer champ around here. Hell, you haven't even won any titles around here. You spent the majority of half the year doing nothing, sitting and catering. You got no right to speak. Are you done? Can I talk now? Because I got things to say that people actually want to hear. Big things, important things, things that will blow your mind. And not come out here and preach about yourself. Oh, honey, that was really, really clever. Did you stay up all night thinking of that? That's so cute. If I didn't despise you so much, I might almost be proud. But I'm not, because I don't care about you. Well, since you clearly got an issue with me, why don't you put on your big girl pants and fight me right now, properly, one-on-one, and not do it the cheap way out and run from the crowd? You think you got to where you are because you're good? Hell no. You got here because you were in the right place at the right time, but now you're in the wrong place. And nobody cares about you in Fury anymore because your time is over. You're done. You're washed up. There's a part of me that admires you coming out here like this, seriously. I like it when somebody brings a fight to me. I live off of it. What? They give me all these long texts and they can never let me read them completely. If you want to call yourself the best woman in this business and in Fury, there's only one way to prove it, and that is by beating the best. And the best in Fury and the best in the women's division, the best overall, is me. Me 6. Thank you, Hatsune Miku, for that Me 6 shout out. I mean, she's not wrong though. Hatsune Miku, letting her know, bro, stop beating around the bush. If you want to make a name for yourself around here, if you really want to prove to everyone that you are the future of Fury, you gotta get through me. You gotta fight me properly in a one-on-one matchup. The question is Zero Two even gonna step up to that challenge? Is she able to do so? Maybe this is exactly what she wanted, but maybe she's gonna, maybe everything's gonna backfire on her. And coming up next, it is our main event. It is a championship eliminator matchup between the former champion JOSIE Jane and, of course, the only two-time Knockouts champion in Emma. Of course, this is far from over, except tonight. JOSIE Jane, if she wins this, she will earn another opportunity at the Knockouts title, but Emma, on the other hand, seems like she wants to properly amend the title run that she had the first time around, with this time being her second. It's main event time, JOSIE Jane and Emma. Let's get it started. And now here comes the self-proclaimed greatest submission master of Calgary, JOSIE Jane. But I'm going to keep mentioning that she's from Saskatoon because she always likes lying. She's an impulsive liar. But the one thing she doesn't lie about is the one thing she can't lie about is the fact that she's a former Knockouts champion. And she wants to become a two-time as well. But in order to do so, she's got to build herself from back up. Of course, Emma won the championship back, JOSIE Jane. She wins this tonight. She's got another opportunity at the title. She's got the second chance. She's got the opportunity to finally put this one to rest. But it's gonna be done and over with if she loses to Emma tonight. So quite frankly, Emma don't want to see her around anymore. And here comes the new two-time Knockouts champion.
And her opponent from the Virgin Islands, the Impact Champion,
And of course, like I mentioned, Emma not defending, look, she's already fixing up the mistake that she made the first time around, and that was defending her title the week after, winning the championship. But that was more the stakes of the Battle Royale. Josie Jane had evoked that, that championship opportunity for the week after, which is exactly why she ended up winning the championship. Exactly why Emma ended up having one of the shortest runs in Fury history. She's already made up for it. She's already got a longer record than the one from the first time. Already exactly 7 days, exactly a week since she's won the championship back, and the bell rings. The match is underway. It is our main event here in this championship eliminator between the former champion Josie Jane and the current champion Emma. Well, maybe this time around she's hoping, she's mentioned that she wants to fix the mistakes that she's made in the first one, despite the fact that she won the championship literally for like less than a week. Despite the fact that she only had the championship for so little amount of time, she learned a lot from her experience from it. She learned that the chase is not the same as being the chase. God damn, I messed that phrase up. What I was trying to say is that the target is bigger on her back this time because everybody's gunning for her. Everybody wants the opportunity to be champ. Everybody is going after her, and that's exactly why Josie Jane's out here. She wants that second opportunity. She wants that chance to be the Knockouts champion again. Because as well, she didn't have the title for that long either. But Emma, on the other hand, she's getting beat right now by the submission master in Josie Jane. See her planting Emma right in the face, and now Emma's in trouble. Emma learned a lot from her mistakes, like I keep mentioning. This time around, Emma doesn't seem like she's going well for her here. Go for the cover, and it's a kick out. Emma right now, she's got to defeat Josie Jane so that she could put that aside her, could put that in her past, and she could finally focus on having the women's knockouts title run that she's wanted to have. The fact that she waited this long, the fact that she went through so many runs of trial and error throughout her time on Fury. The fact that she had opportunities just taken from her, opportunities where, she ended up losing a lot, and it got her to this point, and it was an emotional moment for her when she won that championship the first time. Now the second one, it still means as much, but this time she knows she gotta put in the work. This time she knows that it's not just, sunshine and rainbows at the end of the tunnel. You gotta fight around here. You gotta be tougher. You gotta be better than who you were the day before. And right now Emma's gonna learn it the hard way. She gets the knee to the chest on Josie Jane. Immediately gets her up, but Josie Jane went for the clothesline and missed completely. And Emma throws a forearm, and she's gonna slam Josie Jane there on the mat. That seems like the former champion kind of just dazing here. But this time she gets back up, goes in for the neck breaker there on Emma. Josie Jane, she loved nothing more than to humiliate Emma for the second time by defeating her tonight and then possibly getting a championship matchup again. Maybe even take the title from her this time around, and there she is, she plants her. And you see, Emma's in trouble. Josie Jane is setting up for the finisher. If she can land the submission, this is gonna be over. Josie Jane stretching her out here, and now Emma manages to escape, though. This time she did a bit of her homework. She did a bit of tape study over Josie Jane. She knows the holds that she likes to use, despite the fact that she knows a whole bunch of them. Let me tell you that. She definitely knows a lot about how the human body should not be stretched out. But Emma, on the other hand, all she knows is that she's got determination and she's got fight. And that's all really that you need when it comes to this sort of competition. And Emma gonna plant her on the mat. And going for the cover now. Is this it? Can Emma take the victory here tonight against Josie Jane? And it's a kick out here at 2. Emma's gotta watch out here, though. Despite the fact that she's a resilient competitor, you gotta realize that, You can't get too frustrated, but now Emma's gonna set up for the scissor kick. Watch out, because she plants her in the back of the head. Josie Jane is knocked out and done with. Cover now. This is it. Josie Jane to take an L to Emma, and she does. Emma with the victory here tonight. She's done with Josie Jane. She don't ever want to see her anymore. She's done. Basically said, sayonara, get your ass out of here, because I just defeated you again. 2 times now that Emma's got a win over Josie Jane. Seems like the score's been settled. That begs the question. Now Emma can focus on her new Knockouts Championship run. And saw she picked up a huge win here with Josie Jane. And it was the end of the result of the matchup. The scissor kick to put her away. And it's put away a lot of women here on Fury. And that's exactly why the scissor kick is one of the more dangerous moves. Huge victory for Emma as she celebrates here tonight in front of the people of Memphis, Tennessee. And looks like there's one woman that's not done with Emma, though. There's one woman that still has her personal grudges with her. And it seems like Emma's completely forgotten about it, because Sickle is just beating her up right now. We know the history between these two. We know the type of rivalry they had. They absolutely despised each other. And now you see Sickle throwing the champion, trying to throw her to the outside, but this time Emma's fighting back, though. She's showing, I'm not scared of you. I can bring a fight. But right now, Sickle just planting her on the mat, letting her know that this time around, I've beaten you in the past, but since you are the champion now, it's going to be much more sweeter to take the title. And now Sickle just stretching out her arm. Oh my goodness, they're not supposed to bend that way. Good Lord. And now Sickle just got a planter once again, but Emma counters. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. She gets back up though, Sickle. What is she thinking of here? She's got her on her shoulders. She just let her down gently, apparently. Well, that was dramatic. She's gonna taunt her though. Gonna just absolutely humiliate her. Oh my Lord. Sickle letting her know this is far from over. We are far from done. But the fact that you have the Knockouts title now, and you have something that I want, it's gonna be even more sweeter to take the championship from Emma. Sickle letting her know, calling the shots, and letting her know that she wants that next in line opportunity at the Knockouts Championship. We thank you for joining us, everybody, and good night.